What's wrong with that? All right. There we go. Ow. All right. Here we go. What is happening? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? For it is Thursday night. It is 10 p.m. on the East Coast. It is just 7 o'clock on the West Coast, I believe. God knows what time it is in England. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning over there. I'm going to take a guess and say it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 p.m. in Australia for all the people that are up down there. But what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? The PORCHlyTE podcast is here in effect. And it's time to bring out the smoke for this one. And there will be some smoke coming because we got WID0WMAKER going crazy in the comment section, still tripping over a year after the Xbox X has come out. And even though the PlayStation has given it the smoke this year, I mean, it's been smoked pork. Okay, that is beef. It's not beef Wellington. It's not chicken. It is getting smoked pork out there. You know, he's still talking about dynamic resolution and Mark Cerny being wrong about him, about theoretical guess. I mean, I don't know how you're wrong about a theoretical guess. So about talking about 4K, no compromise, anything like that. Well, let's go ahead and get to the news of the day, shall we? All right, first things first, PlayStation. I still haven't downloaded the Kiwami game. I think that's what it's called, Yakuza Kiwami, because I don't know if I should download that game. If I do I need to play Yakuza 0 first, then play Kiwami? Or do I play Kiwami, then I play 0? So if anybody has I know Savage Uger told me he's going to probably want to string me up and roll me out hard because he told me which one like 3 times. I always forget. But man, oh man, I don't know if you all know this. There have been some Black Friday leak deals. I'm talking about some major leak deals that if are true, they're going to have a lot of people ready to burn down the stores because there are some games and movies. I mean, I saw 2 movies for $7. I mean, good Lord, $7. I mean, 3 movies actually that if I didn't have a 4K, but I'll tell you all what they are. It's Deadpool 2. These are Black Friday deals. Remember, there are some deals that you'll see at Best Buy, Target, Walmart that are only going to be for Thursday. And then, well, some are at Target, some are at Best Buy area, some are at Walmart. Walmart's Black Friday starts at 10 p.m. online. 10 p.m. online. So, okay, so I need to play Yakuza 0, then Kiwami. Okay, I got to get them in order. All right, fine. So I'm going to play Kiwami. All right, I'm going to play 0 because the Yakuza Kiwami is a remaster of Yakuza 1. Okay, that's the one that's free. Then Yakuza 0 is a prequel. All right, here we go. All right, so some of these games, yeah, Detroit Become Human, $20. Monster Hunter, $20. Okay, I saw Far Cry, $30. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, $30. Okay, you can pick up Assassin's Creed Origins for $20. Now, this is everywhere. This is Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Sam's, wherever. All these games are going to be $20 to $30. I'm talking about, Detroit Become Human is a buy. I mean, if you all did not buy it yet, here's your chance to get it. But let me go back to the movies. Deadpool 2, these are just regular Blu-rays. Regular Blu-ray. Deadpool 2, $7. Doorbuster. Black Panther, $7. Infinity War, Blu-ray, this regular Blu-ray, $7. I shit you not. Now, if you, like me, I got the 4K version of all those movies, And so what they do with the 4K version is they give you the Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray you get anyway. Now there is a difference. There is a difference in UHD and Blu-ray. Okay, but I can't tell you what to buy. I don't know if it's that big of a difference. It is to me, but I am a fan of those movies. So to me, I'm going for the best possible look I can get. So for if you want a sound bar, and oh, also, I'm gonna get the Echo Dot. I think that's what it's called. It's a little black round thing, like me. It's just like me. It even has a blue light on it. I'm going to get this thing because it's like a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker. And I can just take it and put it anywhere in the house. I'm also going to get a sound bar. Okay, so the sound bar. So here's what I'm getting on Black Friday. The RAM. Okay, the RAM. I can get DDR4, 8 gigabytes of RAM for... It's going to be Black Friday at Best Buy. I can get it for $49.99. I'm just going to go ahead and get it. It's Corsair. 8. I can't. It's 8 gig. I can't beat that. The Echo Dot, $20. The shit fire. The soundbar, $40. So I'm walking into Best Buy. I'm gonna have to take about $150 into Best Buy. So yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Oh, here's the big one for you, Savage. Dragon Quest was on that list for I think it's on the $20 list. I think it's on the $20 list. So I'm just telling you guys. So that was on my radar, but I like that Echo Dot. So I like that Echo Dot thing. So, but yeah, that's the thing. I did not see any deal. The TCL got a deal right now, man. TCL, I mean, at least it was $399 for that 4K TV. So what's the DDR-S RAM speed? Let me look. I got it written down on a piece of paper. 2400. That's all I wrote down was 2400. Yeah, Nino Kuni 2 is $20. Now, this is not also to mention, guys. Remember, both PlayStation and Xbox are going to have special deals. So whether it's for Xbox Live or Xbox Gold or Game Pass, that will all be on sale on Black Friday too. They haven't announced that yet. That'll be on sale, and so will PlayStation Live and PlayStation Now. I think it's what it's called, and View. All that stuff will go on sale. So all that will go on sale. The TVs that I saw was the Samsung NU series, and you got to stay away from the NU. Those TVs are on sale, and they're on sale for a reason. And before I get that NU, I would get that TCL. Just make sure when you go in, and don't go in on Black Friday or Thursday trying to get those salespeople to help. They're going to be swamped. Know what you want before you even get in there. I highly recommend everybody, if you want a TV, go to your prospective store the weekend before the holiday rush. That way you already know what you're going to walk in there and buy. All right, then you're going to have to take the painstaking, if you want to go into the store and get it the day of, you know what you got to do then. You got to cut out of the turkey session. You need to tell them, hey, we're going to eat at 3 o'clock. Okay, then, why are we eating so early, Dad? Because I'm going to go buy a new TV. Your family will love you if you're getting this new TV. And you got to get in line. And you know how, at least Best Buy in my city, them mofos are lined up at 11 o'clock in the morning. They ain't even trying to eat. They go to friggin' Waffle House and eat. They will. They've been eating at Waffle House for months to get the shit that they getting now. So, so no. Fatal. I'm just telling the truth here. If you like those movies, you can get Deadpool, Black Panther, and Infinity War Blu-ray for $7, $6.99. So you can get those 3 movies All came out this year. You can get them for for $24 with taxes. So I mean that's crazy money. So but the TVs, yeah, I would just for me personally, the TV for me is the TCL if I was getting the 4K. But we're gonna get that Samsung. She going up there on Friday. I gotta work. So yeah, she going up there on Friday. So to get that TV. So it's just that's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. So now what they might do, and she's gonna go up there, like I said, Friday, and which is tomorrow, is if you buy the TV now and then you take it back on Black Friday, they may give you the price. Like, look, I bought this here for $264, and now it's on sale for $219. I want my money. There's a TCL TV at Best Buy right now. It's 49 inches. And it's either 49 or 55, but it was $400 last weekend. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, and I was. I was like, whoa, are you serious? That's what I said to him. I'm like, are you serious? So, but that's I can't. Now I recommend. But those games, Jesus, I mean, Dragon's Quest, Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Detroit Become Human, Far Cry 5. I'm talking about God of War was on there for $24. I mean, they gonna have some bangers up in there. So you all bet PlayStation Plus for $40 for the whole year. Yeah, that's not bad. So that Dark Soul trilogy. Yep. I mean, the Horizon. If it's the Horizon Game of the Year edition, buy that. Buy that. The Horizon Zero Dawn Game of the Year edition. Go ahead and buy that. Buy that. So, but yeah, just great deals. Just great deals, ladies and gentlemen. But stay away from that Samsung TV. Stay that slow. You couldn't find any faster. I'm just not looking right now. I mean, I'll go up there. Like I said, I'm going to go into Best Buy with 150. But the Echo Dot I got to get that thing because it was just looking too cute. So that was 20. Then the sound bar was 40. And then the DDR4 RAM was like 50 or 60 bucks. So what do you mean it's a low speed? It's DDR4, right? So, just it is what it is. What's a good speed? The 3500. That one I could not find. If you're gonna say 35, I couldn't find that at 8 gigs. Now they may have some. I put something in my Amazon cart, but 3500 speed was going to cost over $100. So yeah, hit that like button. Also, get the likes up on that last video I just did. I'm under 300 views. Just give me the 300 views. That's kind of my personal thing I like to try to hit with you guys, because that's about 1/3 of the audience. I need to try to keep you all at 1/3. So, so yeah, hit that like button, people. So yeah. Yeah, the like button's down there on your right, folks. Just hit that. That is free. What's the highest DDR speed your motherboard support? I don't know. I've got the 350B gaming motherboard. So which one is that? Yeah, I got the AB 350. 350. Any controllers on sale? Yes. Oh, yes, I'll get that to the consoles. The Spider-Man bundle PS4. Now, I don't know if this is the actual I don't know if this is the actual bundle with the Spider-Man logo, but the game with the PS4, $200. That's including the game, ladies and gentlemen. $200. Xbox One Slim. The Xbox One S, $200, 1 terabyte. So this, I'm telling you right now, if this is the one to get, Xbox One S, and then the Xbox One X, happy birthday to the Xbox One X, $399.99 US dollars. $399.99 US dollars. So $100 off for the Xbox One X. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unfriggin' believable. That thing's already on sale. So, and again, I recommend it for $400. Okay, I've said that before. I wouldn't have paid $5. And like I said, shout out to my Lord, to our Lord and Savior, J-Dub City. Lord Kratos himself cut me a deal on mine. So yeah, go ahead and do that. So yeah, the Spider-Man bundle, they're gonna be fighting over that shit. They will be fighting over that. So if you all want that, some of this is going to be online as well. Check Walmart first. Remember, Walmart's having their online deal first. So that's at 10 p.m. Wednesday. Cyber only. Check there to see if you can go ahead and get one. So yeah, I'm on a budget too. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So it probably does, man. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me try. I think I turn on the lights. I have no idea where to look for it though. It's a bunch of numbers on here. It says USB 3.1 G2 NVM PC something E. It's got a bunch of numbers on here. It also says Ryzen CPU on here. That's why I got it. Shout out to the people that donated. I was able to get this. Let's see here. It just says desktop 2000 ready. It doesn't say how fast the I'm telling you, man, it doesn't say it. It says gigabyte gaming motherboard. So I can probably look it up though. Somebody look it up. I don't feel like looking that up right now. So Cyber Monday is trash this year. Damn. PS4 controller, $40 at Target. What's it normally? Isn't that the regular one? Oh yeah, I understand being on a tight budget. Yeah, that's just hitting me right between pay periods too. Yeah. So, but yeah, the Spider-Man bundle is huge. So, but yeah, hit that like button, people. Like button's down there on the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. On the right-hand side. So, but yeah, so what else is going on? Okay. PS-5 had some fake specs come out this week, ladies and gentlemen. Fake specs. Well, yeah, I hope it's a Spider-Man game on sale. It's in a bundle, so it's in a sale in a bundle. So, but yeah, you can go buy Spider-Man. I mean, like I said, dude, that's one of the funnest games I played. And I think the DLC, the DLC's coming out here pretty soon. So yeah. Your budget is being conscripted along with your wallet. I can appreciate that. So, oh no, the real specs, they're gonna more than likely unveil some of it at DevCon, and some of that will leak out. Then you'll get a decent idea. But the only question I got for Sony is: did you all give AMD money to help develop? To help develop Navi technology, because I don't think they did, but I would like to find out. So, found out what Griffin Xbox One X is still broken. Microsoft didn't fix it. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, what do you expect Microsoft to do? I mean, anybody who went out and bought the Scorpio edition of that console, that's got a higher fail rate. The best ones to get were the ones in that second allotment. Those are the best ones to get. So, See, I do my plus month to month. All right, let me see if I can find out. What is that? Let me Google. I'm going to put AB. Name of that thing. All right, 350 motherboard. DDR4 speed. Let's see here. I still have no idea. Let's see here. Man, it doesn't really say, or maybe it does say. The Amazon thing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see here. Maybe this I have it. Nope, this doesn't say either. This does not say. Oh, well. I'll find out. I will find out. Oh, okay. It says DDR4 speed. I don't know if that's this one. DDR4 2667 2400 2133 M8Z models. But my motherboard is apparently supposed to be one of the better ones. That would suck if I bought that and it didn't work right. Now I'm worried. Here's the one I have, Gaming 3. Yeah, here's the one I have. Ooh, yeah, that's the one I got, ladies and gentlemen. It's $100 right now. I got this thing on a deal. Yeah. Okay, here's what it says. It says support AMD Ryzen dual channel DDR4. There's other ones I have no idea. It doesn't say what kind of RAM it has, though. Sorry. Oh, well. Oh, well. So, yeah, let's talk about these fake-ass specs. Let's talk about these fake specs. Because that, to me, is important. But, yeah, we had some fake-ass specs come out for the PS-5. All you need to know, that podcast I did, shout out to Lou Waffa. I'm not going to say much more about the PS5. What's up, Ring Harmony? Yeah, it said Microsoft has the best customer service. This Mass Effect, no. Yeah, those are fake PS5 specs. So, I mean, look, again, I can just simply say they're going for better FPS in this generation and other stuff too. Xbox having fake specs again. No, this is the PS5. There were some fake specs. So, but just again, it's going to be an APU. And I think it's going to be more powerful than that Chinese Sabor console. It'll be more powerful than that. And that thing is capable of running VR. Talk about the Chinese console. It's capable. It's VR capable. It's 4K native, 60 FPS capable. Based on the specs, theoretically, it can do it. So, it is what it is. Yeah, those are fake, like fake HDR. So we got fake specs, fake HDR. We got fake 4K. Everything is fake. We got fake 4K. I mean, and fake HDR. So what do you guys, come on now. But I just think people are itching to know what the specs are, and I don't understand that. It's going to be a little bit mulled in the Pro. It's going to do a little bit more. And so the people, if you are a graphics hound, a graphics whore, if you want to call yourself that, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, but yeah, then you should get a PC. So I got an email. You thought the Xbox was the Chinese. It is in theory. That's where it's made at. So, your mighty Spartan God debug. Yeah, I saw you all doing that. So yeah, it's fake. I mean, shout out to Foxy Games, and you know that Foxy Games. He allegedly's got some really high end sources, and that's the first person I would go to. Again, I'm sticking by Lou Waffle for the simple fact that Lou Waffle ain't been wrong about nothing yet. He's not been majorly wrong about anything yet. So he was right about the new PS4 or PS5 Blu-ray. You know, just reality. He was. So not Blu-ray, VR. What did I say Blu-ray for? He was right about that. So so let's just, you know, and I think they're right. I think he's right. What they were able to get the game to perform like it was on a Ryzen chip. It was getting, you know, somewhere in the whatever the 1400 or 1500 Ryzen CPU does, and something called a Vega 5.6. So that's what the games were performing up to. Now, could they go higher? Yes. Could they go lower? Yes. So, but that was pretty much it. But they were fake specs, and they were, shout out to Foxy Games. He snipped it out immediately so that people in Matt's Gaming's chat. I don't know about I know the multiplayer podcast was talking about it earlier tonight. I don't know if they were able to call bullshit on it, but I called bullshit on them yesterday on the Titanfall Princesses show. I mean, after DevCon, you will probably start getting some leaked specs. Okay, you'll probably, I mean, that's where I would look for any leaked spec information is after that. So, because Sony's not going to come, Fox is right. Sony, they'll do some kind of unveil, and I think he's right. The PS4 unveil was like 30 minutes long, give or take. Give or take, the PS4 was 30 minutes long. So, and you know, Pro was what, like 45 minutes long, a little bit, maybe a little bit under. So, yeah, you're right, Savage. Yeah. So it just people got to understand they're going to take. I mean, to me, it's going to be at least bare minimum twice as powerful as the Pro. So you're looking at 8.4 T flops, and so the Vega card that's close to that is a Vega 5.6. Isn't that like anywhere from 8 to 10 T flops? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, because they're taking a console leap. And if they're first party developers, not Naughty Dog, I'm sorry, not Rockstar or Rocksteady or Ubisoft or, you know, any of these Bethesda, they don't really care about them. They will have some say, but they over at the small table. The people at the big table are the first party devs. They're going to, if Naughty Dog and Guerrilla and Sony Santa Monica and Bend, if they all come back and say, yeah, we can get our games that we're making next generation and maybe a little bit further, we can get a lot out of these specs on here on the left. That's what Mark Cerny is going to say. Here's what they want you to build. Period. That's what they want you to build. So, and they'll let Sony go from there. So, you know, so the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Yeah, that's supposed to be at XO though, right? Are they supposed to show like Kingdom Hearts and Tomb Raider stuff? And I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah. So I mean, I'm watching it, El Matador, but I'm watching it from a guy who's at the end of his PC build. So AMD doesn't have any GPUs with that. Well, that we don't know about. And again, I don't get this. I thought it's an APU. Isn't that the combination of a GPU and CPU working simultaneously? So I mean, that's what my understanding of an APU is. I could be wrong. So, but it's fake, guys. It was fake, like fake 4K, and you know, those were not the specs. So, but I'm glad people saw it. So, and you'll know what the real stuff is when you actually hear these first party developers say, "Yeah, we got our hands on it." Blah 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 blah. So, yeah, that's what I'm watching it for, Corey Massey. Now I am interested in the Shadow of the Tomb Raider stuff because I know they were supposed to be adding more tombs. Of course, I'm stuck in one, so I don't know what the hell to do. So, you know. You keep expectations low for PS-5. Well, I don't know why people are talking about that when they got games like Death Stranding and friggin' you know, Uncharted, not Uncharted, the friggin' excuse me, Ghost of Tsushima. They got games like that ready to come out. So what's the max number units, shader units? I do not know. So I don't know, 2. I don't know. So yeah, I do not know. So but it's AMD, guys. So AMD has got Intel. They've got Intel and NVIDIA running scared. So the Tomb Raider's bare. Yeah, I'm stuck. I mean, I am stuck. I admit that. So and I can't find. I don't know which tomb. The name of the tomb. So you have the Vega 64 Liquid. So how many T flops is it? Is it like 8 T flops? I mean, I'm just asking. So the 64 or the 56. So isn't there a Vega 56 though? So why have 6 cores and you can get 8 cores? Because if all the first party developers say, yeah, we can do what we need on 6 cores, that's what they're gonna have. So that's why you use 6 instead of 8. It's that simple. You know, 100 ice liquid. Uh Does anybody know how many T flops that the Vega is it? I know it's Vega. They got a 4.6. Don't they have a 5.6, or is it 4.6 and it goes to 64? So you know, well, hell, let me look it up here. Y'all are supposed to know this in there. 4096p. Nah, no way in hell. So no way in hell. Let's use our trusty pal Google. Hit that like button. Yeah, Danny's right. Y'all are slipping. So, so Vega 50. Yeah, here it is. Vega 5.6. And AMD. Yeah. Let's see here. It says 8 gigabytes, 248 bandwidth or bit. Doesn't say how many T flops it has though. So it sits right underneath. Yeah, it sits right underneath the 10. It's right with the 1080 Ti or 1070 Ti. I'm sorry. So memory 8 gigabytes. Blah blah blah. DirectX Vulkan. Doesn't say FP16 high performance. No, that's all theoretical. This is horse hockey. Horse hockey. If this won't tell me straight up what it is. So I'm confused. Oh, yeah, here it is. I'm sorry. Theoretical 10. Yeah. The Vega, yeah. It didn't do too well against something called a 1080 Ti, but who cares? Okay, you know what? This damn thing costs $450. $450. Good Lord. for this thing at New Wave. They are on crack. They are on epic crack. They think I'm going to pay that much for that. That is crazy. That is epic crazy. So I'm trying. Oh my God. So, okay, it can do. Okay. So it says recommended resolutions. Yeah. Says it goes up to 1440p. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That 1440p. Y'all need to miss me with the rest of this stuff. So woo. All right, let me come back to the chat. All right. So anybody have any more Best Buy questions or Black Friday questions? So because then where I can hand out the smoke on this whole thing with WID0WMAKER. So talking about the smoke. Oh, shout out to the master teacher, BGS Igmore. Shout out to the master teacher. So come on, chat. There it is. Vegas is 9 or 10. Yeah, like I said, 9 or 10. Yeah. Really? It's 13.7 T flops? The Vega 56 is? And it's only doing 1440p? That is garbage. That is dog shit. That is. I mean, that is dog shit. I mean, come on. It's got to do better than 1440p. So, I mean, that is dog shit. So, yeah, nerds. Hey, JP Loco, what time is it down there on the what time is it down there in Australia? The Max Gaming has a nerd to call himself a tech guy, and says he works in IT, but he's not smart enough to realize that fake spec. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I just think everybody is looking for something that, and if you wait, I think if you wait a few more months, you'll get it. I think you're going to get it. Oh, AMD is not bad, the almighty Spartan guy. Come on, man. The AMD T flops are much weaker than NVIDIA's T flops. Well, yeah, I guess so. But to me, as long as it works, you have Vega 64's lowest is 10, okay. Vega 56 is 9 or 10. Yeah, now again, that's kind of what you have to start looking at because that's twice as powerful as the Pro. Shout out to Vieratron. How you doing there, Vieratron? Roger. Hopefully everybody is subbed to Vieratron and they're going to go ahead and do that. You're going to listen to some Skinwalker stories. Okay. Well, I can't blame you. Oh, come on. Matt's isn't a confused fella. Shout out to Matt's Gaming. So, current gen consoles run on 8-core Jaguar. Why release a next console with less cores? Again, but according to you computer guys, you don't need something more powerful to get a better process. I mean, why is the 1070 more powerful, but the Vega 5.6 gives you the same type of performance in a lot of places? So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're talking about GPUs and CPUs, but it's an APU. So just it is what it is. Shout out to Vieratron who told me what XO is. So what is happening? So he's a Stallion 89. Oh my God, y'all are terrible. So yeah, XO, yeah, that's Hugs and Kisses 2018. There you go. Word to his T flop. There, are you hyped for the event? Oh, okay. And she said no. Sierra, who's it? Vieira is beefing with Siri. Who's Siri? So Siri, isn't that the name of your co-pilot on Mass Effect Andromeda? It's about optimization. The video has better tools for third-party optimize their games. Well, I mean, again, it's not about that. It's about having money in your pocket and getting a similar result when it comes to building a PC. The video is better than AMD. Yeah, I mean, nobody's questioning that. And the video is also going to charge you an arm and a leg. But you are right, it is better. So, but all right, let's get into this whole thing. So, shout out. First things first, let me give a shout out to WID0WMAKER. There ain't no beef there, nothing like that. He was in the comment section, going, still trying to understand. I think he's trying to understand the differences. Serious Apple's bitch. Okay. Let's see here. Really? Is it Apple's bitch? Really? XOXO, my love is very special. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. You all were just thirsty. I don't understand that. You all are this thirsty. So, well, look, shout out to him. Let me see if I can pull up the chat here. I'm going to do it on my phone. Do this kind of the opposite here. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can jump on the Master Teachers podcast. So, let's see here. I have to find what this dude was saying. I mean, he was talking about the Xbox, and it has fake. I was just saying it is what it is. So let's see if I can. Excuse me here. Let's see here. Should I have this queued up already? I know. Shout out to Obsidian. He did a real good podcast earlier tonight. So it's in here, guys. Somebody talking about food stamps. I guess they're cutting more food stamps. Cuts. Talking about, I mean, this while you all out there, the cuts are coming. So, here we go. So I found it. Being the technology suave that I know. So let's see here. Well, this is on my Mark Cerny was right video when I called out Matt's Gaming. So, I mean, everybody here understands that AMD got all of Sony's games. I can't say all of them. They got most of Sony's games to get to 4K native 4K at 30 FPS locked with a minimum of 7.4 T-flops. So now, of course, you all know Mark Cerny theoretically said it would take 8 T-flops. Now, Taser Delight, he went down first, because these dudes start getting their feelings involved, so so Taser Delight says, this is how I see it personally. So as soon as somebody says, this is how I see it personally, they're automatically, that's the end of it. They're automatically saying they can't do it. So Xbox One X has games running in native 4K. Okay, nobody said they didn't. Current gen AAA games at that. I think that's a comment. Well, see, he capitalized that. So Cerny was wrong. Okay. Can somebody explain to me, to Taser Delight, that these AAA games that are on the Xbox One X, they're not locked at their They're not locked at their frame rates. So if they had 7.4 T-flops to 8 T-flops, they would be able to lock their frame rates. Okay. All right. So the proof is in the pudding. So so this guy literally said that this guy literally said that Mark Cerny compromised his integrity. I don't know how, when Xbox does not have any games running 4K native at 30 FPS locked. They've got a low rendered, they've got a racing game in Forza 6 or Forza 7 that is 4K 60, but everybody knows the assets in that game are low. Look at the people. The people look like the chewing gum from the 1970s. You know that thing called double bubble? Remember the double bubble gum? You put it in your mouth, you chewed it 5 times, and you spit it out, and it came, and you put it was on the curb, and then the sun hit it, and it got hot, and you went out there the next day, and you were like, ew. That's what the people in Forza 7 look like. You know, so so I put down this is for Taser Delight. Well, first of all, shout out to Taser Delight, but your name is Taser Delight. So all right. I put down he wasn't wrong. You just said, quote, this is how I see it personally. And I said the fact is Cerny had an estimate of 8 T-flops. AMD got it to work at 7.4. So your beef is with AMD, not Cerny. AMD said, quote, we got all PS4 games to hit 4K native and hold 30 FPS. I said Xbox One X is getting 4K native on some games and isn't holding the 30 FPS line at all. Most AAA games are dynamic 4K on Xbox One X. This is done to help with FPS as the CPU is bottlenecking. I mean, they're trying to talk to the Messiah about this stuff. I put Ubisoft got 4K native on Far Cry, yet uses dynamic 4K because I believe doesn't Ubi make Far Cry? I think Ubisoft did make Far Cry. They also made Assassin's Creed. It says, so why in the world can they get Odyssey and Origins? Why is that dynamic 4K and not native 4K? So they hit 4K native on Horizon 4, but this is at 30 FPS. Then they compromise and get 60 FPS with a drop in the resolution to 1080p. So they get 1080p 60 on Forza 4. So I said, so nice try saying he is wrong. Xbox X hits 4K native on about 40% of multiplats, and some first-party games like Quantum Break hit 1440p, which again is my sweet spot for a game. Now here comes WID0WMAKER. That says here's the major flaw in what you're saying, Craig. Nobody ever asked Mark Cerny about the specific frame rate at 4K. The question was specifically and only about 4K resolution, not 4K 30 FPS or 4K 60 FPS. He says, I'm interjecting elements into the argument that aren't there. Mark Cerny said it takes 8 T-flops to do 4K. He didn't say 4K 30 or 4K 60. Okay, so let's stop right there. Mark Cerny built a machine that can get 4K native with 4.2 T-flops. So he's not talking about that. Mark Cerny is talking about getting 4K native on every game. His theory is that you needed at least 8 T-flops. Theory. Now, AMD test that theory, and they were like, well, you know what? We got it at 7.4. So his theory of 8 came down to 7.4, but what he was proving was that you needed more than 6 T-flops to do every single game at native 4K, period. That's what he was talking about. So, you know, and it was AMD that brought up they got it to lock at 30 FPS. So, which I kept saying this, you know. So anyway, let me get back to what he said. He said he didn't say 4K 30 or 4K 60, nor was he asked that. And the Xbox One X is doing native 4K with 6 T-flops. So point blank and simple, Cerny was wrong in what he said. When you stop adding things and putting words in Cerny's mouth, I mean, I never did. So you know, and since Mark Cerny never came out and clarified, hey, I meant 4K 60 or 4K 30 or 4K only on the first party PlayStation games, we were left to go what he actually said. And I put, here's my response. This is the Widowmaker. What up, Vieratron? So, and Fatal Sharad, what's happening? So, tell the truth. Basically, you need 8 minimum for 4K on all games. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you're right, you mighty Spartan guy. You know that. I know that. But Widowmaker don't know that. So, so here's what I told him. I said Mark Cerny, took a guess in order for all 4K games to hit. All right, in order for all games to hit 4K native, there would need to be 8 T-flops. I said what you just said, yes, what you just put right there, almighty Spartan guy. I said that yesterday. I'm reading it right now. So I put, hell, the Pro has native 4K games at 30 and 60 FPS as well at 4.2 T-flops. Yet not all games on Xbox X or Pro hit 4K native, and his theoretical guess was at around 8 T-flops. This was possible. Now, AMD was able to get every Sony game to hit 4K native 30 FPS locked at 7.4 flops or 7.4 T-flops. Therefore, his guess was correct. He was guessing, I put a majority of games on Xbox X are dynamic 4K. This is because it's not powerful enough to hit native 4K and hold the buffer. They just enhanced Mass Effect Andromeda for Xbox One X, and it's not 4K native. So I never put words in his mouth. The article clearly states it's theory, not fact. The fact is that 7.4 T-flops was needed to hit 4K native on all Sony games as stated by AMD, not Mark C. or Mark Cerny, okay? But Widowmaker comes back because this is the way this brother is. And he says, again, you are adding elements to the conversation that aren't there. Mark Cerny was only asked what it would take to render games in 4K. And he replied 8 T-flops. And this was his personal estimate as it stated in the article. Duh, I said that, I don't know. Hell, I said that when the article came out. So he wasn't asked what it would take to lock games to 4K or to lock games to 4K 30 or 4K. See, here's where he's wrong. He was actually asked what it would take to get games to be at 4K, 4K native. Not because he got a damn machine doing dynamic 4K at 4.2. So this is called reading. Oh, you got to go behind the words. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Shatterstar? I'm not being a fanboy. I'm just breaking. Like I said, I'm here to bust people's cheeks. Foot up the ass, water off the knee to quench the thirst. So Widowmaker's Halo. So now I can attest, Andrew, that is not true, and you know that as well. So, that's it to 4K 30 or 4K 60. He was asked what it would take to render games at 4K. Cerny admitted that most games won't render at 4K on the Pro. Stop adding to the conversation. I mean, my God, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? The Pro's not a 4K machine, Stop adding to the conversation in order to prove Cerny is right. I have to prove that this guy is right or wrong. So what's DDR2? That sounds terrible. So wait a minute, DDR2? Huh. He was asked a question. He gave an answer that was his personal estimate, and he was wrong. I don't know how you make an estimate and it's wrong when AMD came out and said you need 7.4. And that they got 7.4 at 30. So if you need for 4K native, if you want 4K native at a higher FPS, you're going to need more power, right? Right. So you need 8 T-flops. Oh, my God. All right. So the One X renders lots of games, small and AAA native 4K. And before you even say anything dynamic, if before you say anything, dynamic resolution is still native. Now, here's the problem right here. I can live with everything up to, because everything else up here to this point was horse hockey. But then when he says dynamic resolution is still native resolution, nah. I got to call bullshit on that one, son. You know, I got to call bullshit on that one. How many of you all understand in this chat, because there's 33 of you, hit the like button. How many of you all understand that native 4K resolution and dynamic 4K resolution is two different things? It is two different things. Okay? So, so it is two different things. I'm trying to get this back. So, okay, because WID0WMAKER said dynamic resolution is still native resolution. And Digital Foundry has proven this multiple times. If you don't believe me, the console, I mean, this is what he said. I mean, I understand that, you know. Native 4K is locked. You're right. Dynamic is not. Therefore, it's not the same thing. Therefore, it is rendering using a different technique. But he doesn't say, he don't understand that. Okay, I'm just trying to ask you all, do you all understand that native resolution and dynamic resolutions are two different resolutions? Yeah, true 4K, I know that. So it's not that it's not 4K. There's a difference in it being native versus dynamic. So yes, yeah, we're getting to that, the almighty Spartan God. Says, you know, or at least you should. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back up here. All right. He says, the console is natively outputting whatever resolution it is hitting, as there are no tricks used to increase or upscale the resolution, like checkerboard rendering or temporal reprojection. You know, or at least you should, that dynamic resolution isn't about the resolution. It's about keeping a stable frame rate. The resolution drops not because it can't be sustained, but it drops so that the frame rate won't dip. If the frame rate drops, all right, he put in parentheses, if the frame rate drops or GPU related, that is. Maybe you need to read this article and see what Mark Cerny said. Now, all right, let's go back up here. He said that dynamic resolution isn't about the resolution, it's about keeping a stable frame rate. That is partially true, okay? The resolution drops, therefore, he's saying himself, all right, if the resolution drops, it ain't native. It's not native. He just ratted on himself. Okay. But this is when, okay. So if this was a live debate, I would have drugged him into the water. I would have drugged him at that point. But this ain't a live debate. So you can't have native output and then have dynamic resolutions at the same goddamn time. I mean, you're going to have an output. You're going to have a regular output, and after that, you're going to get the jumpy frame rate. You just are. But if you're going to get, it can't be a native output, and then it drop, okay? At any point, it ain't native. I mean, this is why I try to say to people that checkerboard rendering is actually better if you want a locked buffer, because you don't have to worry about it being moved all around. This is why I said that people before. I said, well, Horizon Zero Dawn looks like it does because it's not dynamic 4K. They just locked the resolution at where they locked it at, and they checkerboarded up to 4K. So it's hitting the 2160p buffer. So, all right. So he actually rats on himself. So I come back and I hit pretty hard on this one because I brought the smoke out. Okay. So as I stated before, it was Cerny. What I put here? It was Cerny on a personal estimate. He wasn't sure. And until AMD came out and confirmed they were able to get all Sony games at 4K 30 FPS, I left the link there, you know. I said, therefore, Cerny's estimate was correct. Dynamic resolution scaling, or DRS, changes resolution on the fly in response to demands placed on a console's processors. That could be the CPU or the GPU, right? By what is happening on the screen. For 4K games, here we go. For 4K games, DRS reduces resolution from native 4K 3840 by 2160 in order to preserve factors such as frame rate and graphics quality. Now I got that from a Google search in 28 to for October 28, 2017. And I put again, any game that uses the technique uses this technique and reduces resolution from native 4K. The fact it's reducing the image quality proves it's not native 4K. If it's native, then it don't gotta reduce. It doesn't reduce. What the hell is this guy talking about? You're late again. Ugh. So, assuming direct control on 4K. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, because sometimes you have to direct things personal, Vieira. We got to direct things personally, you know. So that's why I like that Harbinger thing. So, so I put okay. I said, so I put down. I said, look. I said, all right. So I said, Assassin's Creed Origins is dynamic 4K on Xbox X, but Rise of the Tomb Raider is native 4K on the same system. Rise of the Tomb Raider holds its image at, I put the 4K numbers down, where Assassin's Creed Origins loses its image quality because it's dynamic 4K. All right. Now, the good news is they both got HDR. So I said, I said, okay, Far Cry 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are native 4K on Xbox X, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider is dynamically rendered on the same platform. This is happening because the X can't hold the buffer. It's not a huge deal. AMD, not Cerny, was able to do native 4K 30 with all PS4 games and with 7.4 flops. His estimate was correct, as it proves in order to do native 4K 30 FPS, you would need to have more than 16 flops, which is proven as a Scorpio has worse FPS and screen tearing than the PS4 Pro. So, so then he comes back. I mean, because he's Widowmaker. For some reason, he comes back. Says, if I was right about dynamic 4K and the X not being powerful enough, see, that's what got him. That's what triggered him, is to keep it at that resolution. And how do you explain games that use dynamic 4K for one mode and not use it for another mode or be locked at 4K? Bro, how long you been on YouTube doing this? You still don't know the purpose of DRS scaling, even though I'm the one that explained it to him, I don't know, a year ago. So it says, now, yes, there are some games that the X can't hit native 4K on, and that's fine. Nobody ever said every game was going to be native 4K. Fair enough. I never, I don't know anybody that said it was going to be that. So Microsoft said their games would be, and to my knowledge, they all are. Microsoft said devs can use the X how they want. Sorry. But a majority of the games that are 4K on the X are hitting that resolution without any checkerboard rendering or temporal reprojection. And that means it's hitting those resolutions natively. Again, most of the games are dynamic. But anyway, never mind. So remember when everybody said that you couldn't get 4K on an open world game on the let alone 4K 60. Never mind the fact that no open world games run at 60 FPS on consoles anyway. Yet we have Red Dead Redemption at native 4K. And it's 30 FPS. Now we have Devil May Cry 5 at native 4K 60 FPS. Now, again, this is not true. And it's not a racing game. It's not an indie game. It's not a graphically simple game. It's a AAA title. There aren't many games that actually run at 60 FPS on consoles besides shooters and racers. And the X wasn't touted as the 60 FPS machine. They only say they would be able to do 4K 60, and they have. I mean, he's trying to sell the machine. Okay. And I put, what other game modes? Oh my God, you really don't understand this, do you? Forza 4 has a 1080p 60 mode and a 4K 30 FPS mode, correct? Why no 4K 60 FPS? Simple. Forza 4 is deploying more assets in the game, so it can't run at 60 FPS lock. So they compromised and they give it another mode. DRS scaling, or dynamic resolution scaling, okay? Dynamic resolution scaling changes resolution on the fly in response to demands placed on the console's processors. I mean, I went back through that again, okay? So open world games without FPS issues was the question, as the CPU won't take the heat. Far Cry 5 hit 4K native and is an open world game, but has bad FPS. I mean, do we have to go into how shitty the FPS is on the Xbox One X with that game? So it is what it is. Rockstar got the first Red Dead Redemption to hit 4K native on Xbox via backwards compatibility. So Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't that big of a surprise. Devil May Cry is said to be 4K 60, but no word on if it's checkerboard, dynamic, or native. Again, Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey hit 4K native at some point on Xbox X. Like, I don't know, when you look at the friggin' sky, why is that WID0WMAKER? Why can't the game hold the 4K buffer and hold a native picture during the action sequences? It's simple. It's not powerful enough to do it. It's just not, okay? It's not. You know, so those games have heavy assets deployed and constant action, while Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2 are way more spread out. Far Cry 5 is a great build as it even deploys full HDR with Xbox X. Folks seem to forget about this. Temporal injection works well with heavy action sequences, however. Insomniac uses and invented this for Ratchet and Clank, and they also deployed it on Spider-Man as well. And then he didn't say anything. And then about 22 hours ago, he says he understands this perfectly, but he don't. He says, what I don't understand is, one, Microsoft said they wanted to take a regular Xbox game at 1080p 3060 and make it 4K 3060 without having to lower anything. Again, I never said that's not what they were going to do. I mean, it is what it is. So what is it? There's dealer tweet. He disputes the AMD chip volume report. Well, dude, you gotta not give a rat's ass about what that cat says, you know. So, I mean, you know. So it says that is what they meant by uncompromised. I mean, he's just bringing stuff up now. So because he done lost the 4K debate up against the 4K wizard. I am the messiah of 4K. Okay, it's just I am. It's just the way it's going to be. So you're willing to bet that money that Devil May Cry 5 will not be. Well, Dark Side Havoc, you may lose that bet because the developer said they got it running at 4K 60 on both the Pro and the X. So, I mean, again, that's what they said. I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, Microsoft's own goal, the Scorpio's uncompromised 4K. He goes into their whole uncompromised 4K. We didn't talk about them doing that shit, you know. So this means they are striving so that if the game was originally performing at 60, yeah, we know that. I mean, Digital Foundry reported that. So number 2, he says, Forza Horizon 4 has always been 30 FPS on console, hasn't it? Now, going by what Microsoft said in the above article, they wanted to take the same frame rate and make it native 4K. Well, again, this I don't understand this. Forza Horizon 3 is 4K 30. It's 4K 30. I mean, again, somebody really got to talk to this guy. So he said that, so Horizon going from 4K 30, Horizon going from 1080p 30 to native 4K 30 is not a compromise. I didn't say that. The compromise is that it's 1080p 60. That's the compromise, you know. So, you know, then he goes through this whole thing. This is what was given up to get the 4K native. Not a damn thing. The frame rate is still the same. And here's what I put. I put any game Microsoft had that was already 30 to 60 FPS is still hitting those marks. The only first party games, however, and several of them, Gears 4, Forza 4 have added a performance mode. Does Gears 4 have a performance mode? Yes. Does Forza? Yes. Because the games can't render at 4K native and be 60 FPS. So they compromised and added 1080p 60 FPS modes. COD Black Ops 4 is dynamic 4K on Xbox X and rarely hits native 4K. That's from Gear News. I've always told folks about the lack of mandate on third-party devs, so I put miss me with that stuff. The issue you're having is you clearly don't understand rendering techniques used to achieve native resolutions. Forza 4 can't run at 60 FPS with a 4K native buffer because it's deploying more assets, so they compromised and lowered the resolution to the 1080p mark so that they were able to achieve 60 FPS. That's what they're giving up. Resolution. Devil May Cry 5 again was not finished, and Digital Foundry mentioned this in his remarks. The lead dev has never said it would be native 4K. I left a link in the description. I said, please tell us where in this article that the dev said it would be native 4K, as this is only about 45. I mean, my article I got was 45 days old. I put Digital Foundry has lost credibility because they claim Red Dead Redemption 2 HDR was just as good, if not better, than Horizon Zero Dawn's. They had to eat crow because it's fake 4K. I mean, that's it. That was the end of it. There is no more. Okay? There is no more. What is it? Mass Effect Pictures. Is that a mass? That is, yeah, that's a collector that I have a picture of. So I mean, I don't know why these cats want the smoke. I mean, they want the smoke, So I mean, it's just ridiculous. So it's actually SDR. Yeah, that's fake HDR. I mean, trust me, I know. I've been burned by SDR. So where is Widowmaker? I don't know. Like I said, it's a smoke. I mean, he got smoked in Matt's gaming section, so at least he's still around. I give him credit. Love Mass Effect, but Andromeda is garbage. Yeah, I know. I'll probably be taking Andromeda back to the stores tomorrow. I'll be taking it back to the store. I just can't do it. I can't do it. It is straight trash, straight garbage. So, I can't do it. So. But what's going on? Yeah, that's what I meant. Fake HDR. So it's got real 4K, but it ain't got it's got fake HDR. So, just it is what it is. So, yeah, I mean, dude, like I said, that's why I put Widowmaker is wrong. So he is just wrong. So he wants to come on here and he got something to combat what I just said. Bring it. I'm all about it. But if you come on in here, the smoke will be coming. The fact of the matter is, this is not about what Xbox and those cats said it could and couldn't do. I've got one. I know what it can do. So, it's got, we got fake HDR, we got fake 4K. We got fake resolutions. I mean, what is going on? So again, that's why I'm getting the PC done. Like I said, I'm about 2.5 weeks away. Then I will have my giant announcement with the in time. You'll know what it is to lose. That's what that means. So, all righty. Anybody got any questions? It's 11:15 on the East Coast. It's 7:30 on the West Coast. Roger, or 7:15 on the West Coast. All right, so 9. Is it 8? It's 8:15. So those are fake PS. Yeah, you got fake specs. Yeah. No, they're fake specs. That's just reality. So, so now it is what it is. What kind of CPU? Just subscribe, so you won't stream no more. 7:14 in New York City. Yeah. Yeah, what time is it where you guys are? So I want this Steam no more. I don't get what you're saying there, Joe Tonka Game 3. Explain yourself. So, yeah, I mean, we got fake 4K. I mean, it's just the way it is. 215 in Australia. Where in Australia are you? Australia's a pretty big island. So 215 though, I like it. Brian Keating is up. It's 4:15 in the UK. What are you doing over there, Brian? Are you driving a truck? What's going on in jolly old UK this early in the morning? But shout out to you. Oh, he subs, so he won't miss the stream anymore. Cool. All righty. Yeah, I like that. Queensland, Gold Coast. How close is that to Sydney? And are you all close to the Aborigines? Have you ever seen the Aborigines? And have you ever said, we're so sorry for what we all did? So, but nah, shout out to you and the Aborigines. We got to get some of the Aborigines on here. So the cultist members of the Xbox community can't be expected to make sense in a debate. They have been swallowing that green Kool-Aid. See, and green Kool-Aid is my third favorite Kool-Aid. I do grape, I do orange. Then it's a toss-up between the green and the cherry. So you're not driving, you're just installing your new graphics card. Wow. What kind of graphics card you got over there, Brian? And why are you up doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning, man? Shout out to you, man. But 4 o'clock in the morning, has anybody here watched that 45-minute Twitch vid on Anthem? Said it's playing like Mass Effect and drama. Oh, then they can have it. Oh, they can have it. Then, well, they're gonna have a better story. So you live in Australia, born in New Zealand, so you're a Kiwi. A kiwi, that's a fruit, right? Kiwi is a fruit. So it doesn't shock me because I think Mass Effect Andromeda was pretty much just a beta for Anthem. That was a beta for Anthem, you know. And I'll be taking my Mass Effect Andromeda back tomorrow because it is garbage. Garbage. And look, I looked at it yesterday. It may snow here on Saturday. It may snow here on Saturday. Kiwi is a bird. It's a fruit, isn't it? I thought kiwi was a fruit. Well, I could be. All right, it's a bird. All right, I got you, brother. All right, so it is in the afternoon there. It's 4 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So what time is it where you are? Oh, you're doing a 2080 Ti? Wow. Wow. Oh, what's up, Roll Flush Gaming? What's happening, brother? Shout out to you. Doing this early because the kids would drive you nuts. Well, that's true. Ah, there is a kiwi fruit. Yes, I knew I was correct. The old man was correct, and I love it. So, and is everybody here sub to Vieira Tron's channel? Because I heard she did a real good podcast today, and I'm gonna have to do it. So oh, that National Geographic game, yeah. Yeah, I had to give the smoke out the Widowmaker, so he's more than welcome to come on here, you know, and deal with the smoke. They should fix Dragon Age and Mass Effect story because it's not doing great. Love those games. Hate it when they do terrible story. Dragon Age wasn't bad. Dragon Age wasn't bad. So, and the love sequence, well, I didn't have them all with Mass Effect. I went through all of them. Cora, PB. PB, you could just have casual sex with her. There was another Asari, the girl doing the reporting. I hooked up with her. You know, I went ahead and went Peter Parker on that. So yeah. So yeah, Royal is the smartest man out there, man. So yeah. So, oh wait, you can see now somebody complains about Crackdown 3 and Widowmaker shows up. Well, I've never complained about Crackdown. I mean, I've never ever complained about it. So, so New Dragon Age and Mass Effect, they're not doing so well. I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition was actually a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. Mass Effect Andromeda was a letdown. I mean, it was a letdown. That's all there is to it. So, not the end of the world. To crack down, have you put your PC together yet? I've got one more thing to get. I've got one more thing to get, then I'll have it. So, but thanks for asking, Brian. Yeah, I got one more thing. Then I had the arduous task of putting it together, which I am scared to death. I am scared to death to put that thing together, but I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do it. I've got a tower. I got the DG. I got the EVGA DG-7 tower, and yeah, I just need to get my 8 gigs of RAM, and that's it. Just gotta get my 8 gigs of RAM. So DDR4 RAM. 8 gigs, 24, whatever that is, 2400 something. So I certainly hope it matches up. And I should be gaming at, I want to say between 1080p and 80 FPS and 1440p 60 on all games. Oh, Final Fantasy VII got canceled? Okay. I didn't know that. So yeah, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have the wrong parts because somebody was asking me about oh, do you know I've got the AB 350 gaming 3 motherboard, and I'm looking at the DDR4 RAM. I'm trying to figure out what in the world. All right, what game is not looking good? I thought Final Fantasy 15 was fun. I didn't think it was great. I just thought it was fun. So. Oh, I don't know if it got canceled. That's what I'm saying. If it got canceled, that's a shock to me. So, but Vieira, what were you complaining about on your podcast earlier? So, so and remember, Hitman. I tell you what, the fact that Hitman 2 is 4K native 30 on the Xbox One X, but it has a 60 FPS mode that's garbage, and that's according to Windows Central. Shows you the compromise. Shows you the compromise. So I don't want to hear it. So yeah, I mean, I did enjoy Final Fantasy 15. It was fun. Oh, okay. Fandoms. All right, cool. Go to Newegg and put your components in their site, and it will tell you if they're compatible. Well, I haven't gotten the RAM yet. I have not gotten the RAM yet. I have to say that. I just want to make so I'm supposed to go get. Hopefully, I can go get it on Friday. I'm gonna be broke as hell going into Thanksgiving weekend, but I'll have my computer be ready to go. So, so all righty. Does anybody have any questions about? I mean, you all understand what 4K is and HDR is. Widowmaker having problems, so he's having some issues. What PC games am I looking forward to playing? Star Citizen, Eve Online, so the Sid Meier's games that when they're on Mars. I think the name of that game. It's a real time strategy game, like games I used to play years ago. And I want to play some of my old PC games. I don't think I can, but I want to play. I got Falcon. I wonder if I can still play Falcon 4.0, or if there's another Falcon game. I love that game. Loved it. So, so yeah. And then all the Mass Effect. I'm gonna be playing that on PC. I'm playing all of it again. So I'm excited about it. Civilization, Age of, yeah, I'm playing all that. Yeah, all those games. I'm gonna get Steam, and I'm just gonna roll on it. I'm just gonna roll. World of Warcraft, I'm gonna get that. So you can still get Falcon on Steam. Yeah, well then I'm gonna get that. That will probably be the first game I get. That will probably be the first game I get. So the Final Fantasy 15 DLC got canceled. Okay. Took 35 hours and played one game of Civilization. Yeah, I beat that game. The secret is to find Atlantis. If you find Atlantis, you start back engineering everything. There you go. Doesn't like playing Mass Effect 2, 60 FPS. Well, see, it's a cinematic game. So I mean, that doesn't really bother me. I'm kind of more like, I just want to play it on I want to play it at 1440p 60 in high settings. That's what I want. But we have to wait and see. So, yeah, I'm excited about Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, we're going to see Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay at XO. So I'm looking forward to that. We should see Anthem gameplay. Hopefully we see Splinter Cell at XO. So, yeah, shout out to Sick Humor. He's going to be streaming it live. So hopefully I can jump on his podcast if I'm not dead or in jail. So, you know, when you play Mass Effect 1 in 4K, Matt said it's like playing a whole new game. Again, I can't lie. Mass Effect on the Xbox X, if you tell the Xbox X to output at 1080p, and because I think Mass Effect was in 640p, and maybe it was in 720, I can't remember. And you tell your Xbox to output at 1080p, and if you got that on a UHD TV and you're doing that the down sampling, and then you get the 4K TV doing the upscaling, man, you get a great picture. I am not lying. It almost looks too good. So it almost looks too good. Microsoft needs a PSX 2016 show to redeem themselves. All right, well, you know that that PSX show, they were not supposed to show the Naughty Dog game. They weren't supposed to show The Last of Us Part 2. That was not it. They opened with the Naughty Dog game and they were going to close with something else, and they didn't close with that game. They closed with the Naughty Dog game. So but it had its effect, because after that press conference, the Xbox community went crazy. They went nuts. I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. I mean, I remember One Stop for Gamers had that podcast, and he was just saying, it's over for the Xbox. So, oh man. No, I mean, I'm not. Which I played at 144 frames per second. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just seeing what that's like one time, maybe. I wouldn't mind playing when you attack Saren's base on Vermine at 144 hertz. Yeah, that would be fun. So that's where things really started going bad for the Xbox community. I'm just telling you straight up, because the very next year, didn't Horizon Zero Dawn come out? Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn came out, and Tomb Raider came out, the Ultimate Edition. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't disagree. No complaint out of me on that one. So Neo, I haven't played that one yet. You have extra Steam keys. Well, yeah, I don't know what a Steam key is, so yeah. I just want that one for Falcon 4.0. That I want to play that game online, and I am going to have so much fun playing that game online, blowing the hell out of the North Koreans with my jet. So what HZ is my monitor? I just have a regular basic monitor. So shout out to J-Dub City. He said for me just to keep using my TV. So that will be 60 hertz. That will be 60 hertz. But again, I'm just getting started. So maybe within a year, I'll be up to the 144 hertz monitor and all that kind of stuff. So, so yeah. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get on off here. You all don't have anything else? Sony shut down Xbox with exclusives. Wish it was overwhelmed. Yeah, that ultimately is what overwhelmed. Um, that did overwhelm them. So it's gonna be a bore fest. Well, I mean, hopefully you're wrong. Hopefully you're wrong. Hopefully they put on a good show. So I expect a good show from them. So but what else can you want? So I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. But yeah, I gotta load this Yakuza game. So I'm gonna get on off here and I will talk to you guys soon. I hope. I'll take it easy now. Stay blessed. Peace.